Hi, good morning. I just woke up from my nap, and I wanted to share a story time about the time I had a really bad trip on peyote with my kids for that. So remember I told y'all that me and my baby I don't know why y'all put up with me, but you here, so let's get on with it. Anyway, I remember how I told y'all that me and my kid's father, we used to do psychedelics like really bad when we were teenagers. Like really, really badly. Yes. Really, really badly. Hold on. Oh, he's calling me right now. But yeah, so I think that's ironic that he was calling me just as I started to bust this story out. Anyway, when we got our own place, um, I wasn't pregnant at the time, but we got our own place, bitch. We finna do drugs. The fuck? What you thought? He at that time I think he was 22 and I was 20. And yeah, I made a simple meal. He came home early from work and I made a simple meal like rice and some fried chicken. And he took his tab before usually we take it at the same time, but he took his tab before I took mine. So I was like, see, you been acting real fucking funny lately, but doing some shit like that, that's how I know you ain't you. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, it's cool. It's whatever. Like, I basically accepted the fact that me and this nigga finna break up. Like, all of this right here is cool and all, but we finna break the fuck up. Cause ever since I done moved in with this nigga, he been acting different. So, I mean, like, usually when we take peyote, it takes a while to kick in. About 10 minutes, you don't feel anything. And then you usually vomit, especially if you eat before you take peyote. You vomit everything that you ate. And you then immediately you start to feel it and you see the effects. Well, of course he threw up before I did, and I think I threw up about 5 minutes after he did. We took care of each other back then. This was before all of the hatred and back talking and shit happened with me and his family. We really took care of each other. When he threw up, I cleaned it up. I rubbed his back, sprayed some water on him because when you vomit, you sweat like a bitch. When I threw up, he did the same for me. Cleaned it up, rubbed my back, sprayed some water down my back. He made me a fruit salad. I made him a fruit salad. It basically what happened was like he would trip because I don't know if you guys know, but when you do peyote, there's what they call I would call it a cycle because what happens is you get thrown in this loop, okay? And this loop it continues for 10 hours every 10 minutes. So, let's say you threw up, right? You threw up and you're already seeing the effects, the rainbow and the zooming in and the zooming out and the light codes and the walls and on everybody and you start to see everything. Like give it 10 minutes and after 10 minutes, the peyote will throw you into this massive trip and it's unexplainable. Okay, that's all I can say. It's fucking unexplainable, but it really intensifies. After about 10 minutes, um, like, I don't know, it's really hard to explain. Like, all of your senses just get really strong. Things get louder. You can see things closer. Like, if you're a person like me who has cataracts and you need glasses to see far away, you won't need any fucking glasses when you're on goddamn acid or peyote because all six of your senses are immediately enhanced. I'm talking Spider-Man type shit. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, like that. Like the vampire is from Twilight when Bella first got, yeah, like it's like that. Like everything is just intensified. You feel like a fucking god. But after those 10 minutes, you come back down to earth. You come back down to earth after those 10 minutes. And you like I said, you still see the light codes and the rainbows and everything. But like I said, it's an every 10-minute thing. So, after 10 minutes, you're thrown back down to earth. And then you get 10 minutes on earth. And then after those 10 minutes, the earth or the peyote will throw you back up into the universe. So, and every time the peyote throws you back up into the universe, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger until your fifth hour. After your fifth hour, that that toss up, that's what I call it a toss up in the air, because that's what it feels like. It feels like the peyote is tossing you up into the universe, and you're up in the universe for about 10 minutes. And then after that, the universe lets you go, and you're back down on Earth for 10 minutes. That's what it feels like when you're on acid or peyote. It's similar with shrooms, but shrooms mother you. The shrooms don't do that to you. The shrooms is like, it follows your lead. Like, the shrooms won't throw you up like that. Like, peyote is like the really strong army dad, and then shrooms is the loving stay-at-home mom. Ha ha ha. No, but seriously though. So, we were going through our loops separately. So, when he's up in the universe, I'm down on Earth, like, and I'm watching him trip. And then by the time he comes back down to Earth, the peyote throws me back up into the universe, and he's watching me trip. You guys, within the third loop, because like I said, you get thrown into a loop every 10 minutes, and this continues for 10 hours. And it doesn't get easy until your fifth hour. The first 5 hours are very, very intensified. Once I got into my third loop, I don't know why. Well, yes, I do know why. I pretended like I was in the club. We were listening to music. That's why I say you do not use this stuff to get high, because that's not what it's for. I pretended like I was in the club because we were listening to music, and I started twerking, and I'm like, this how I be in the club with a big booty bitch. That shit triggered him. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it triggered him. And when it did, he got up and he just got uncomfortable. We were both laying down in the bed eating fruit salads. And when I said that, it triggered him. He got up from the bed and he walked away. And he went to go play this song that I told him I hated this song because I was raped to this song. Like, my brother raped me to this song, with this song playing in the background. I fucking hate this song. And that's Alicia Keys' No One. I hate that motherfucking song. I can't listen to it without being thrown back into my flashback memory of me being raped. So he put the song on, and I'm like, I'm like tripping from peyote. So immediately I'm not thinking, yeah, I remember this song. Somebody raped me while this song was playing in the background. But I'm like, I'm just listening to it. Like, it's Alicia Keys' No One. Like first and last time I ever listened to that song and actually enjoyed it. And I look out the window. My loop is about to begin now. So I look out the window and start enjoying myself. And I just started crying. Like, boo-hoo, bawling the fuck out, crying. Crying, bitch. I don't know why. But he sat there and watched me cry for 10 minutes. Yeah. I got my shit together. After my loop was over, I got my shit together. I wiped my face and everything. And, he pops a piece of melon in my mouth. And he's like, that's going to be okay, babe. It's going to be okay. And, he lays his head down in my lap. Obviously, I told you guys, he took his tab before he took mine. So once my loop is over, his begin. So my loop is over now. I just cried for 10 minutes like I was about to die. I think I had an ego death, to be honest. This man starts crying. And I mean, like, he wasn't crying like the way I was crying. I was crying like a newborn child was ripped out of their mom's vajayjay. This man was crying like Joker. Like he was laughing, but his tears was like busting. And I just sit there and looked at him like, until he stopped. And eventually when he stopped, he laid down on his back and I wiped his face and, like I said, put some fruit in his mouth. I was like, I don't like this trip. He was like, yeah, me either. And immediately the loop stopped. We were not thrown back into the universe anymore. We still saw the light codes and everything in the walls and shit, but no more loops for us. We finished off our trip with massive headaches. I mean, the headache got worse and worse and worse every 10 minutes. And yeah, that was the last time I ever did peyote. You guys are running with peyote. It's the little tabs. Some people call it acid, but it was actually peyote. Never again. Don't do that shit.